Nicole Sanchez, and I started Fristers 5 years ago.
My name is Daphne Estrada, and I've been with Fristers for 8 years.
My name is Elizabeth Gomez, and I have been a part of Fristers since 2017.
My name is Erin Diaiello, and I have been coming to Fristers since 2019.
My name is Mirta Benumea. I am 25. I have one daughter, and I've been going to Fristers for about 4 years.
My name's Alexandra, and I've been with Fristers since 2021, so that's 5 years.
My name's Sylvia Rodriguez, and I've been attending Fristers for about 4+ years.
Jacqueline Gomez. I have 2 kids, and I've been coming to Fristers for 5 years.
When I first got pregnant, I was 15 years old.
I was 18 when I got pregnant with my son, and then I was 19 when I delivered him.
When I first got pregnant, I was 19 years old.
When I first got pregnant, I was 17.
When I first got pregnant, I was 20.
I was 17. I was a senior in high school.
When I first got pregnant, I was 16.
When I first got pregnant, I was 19 years old.
When I got pregnant, I was nervous. I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to do. I was worried about how my family was gonna take it, how my spouse was gonna take it. It was just a mix of emotions. I was very overwhelmed.
I was nervous, excited, happy, mixed emotions.
It was very chaotic. I didn't see a way out of my life. I wanted a change, but I just didn't have any support.
When I found out I was pregnant, I felt scared. Because it was just me and my mom.
When I found out I was pregnant, I was living at home with my parents. And I was just working, taking care of my daughter. That's all I was doing. Just work and coming home.
I felt very scared because I was still living with my mom at the time. But I loved the idea of being a mom, so I felt happy. But it was between like, and oh my gosh, what's gonna happen?
So after I had Tyler and I didn't have Fristers, I felt very enclosed. Like I didn't have support. I was going through a lot. There was things I wanted to do that I couldn't do.
I learned about Fristers through my sister. I saw that my sister had that support, and I feel like I needed that support as well.
The reason why I decided to come to Fristers was because I was feeling very lonely, very, I guess, different. I was seeing how all my friends from high school were going to college, and they were like having, they were, doing things that people usually my age do. And so I felt left out a lot. So when she invited me, I was like, wait, I think that'll be good for me. Like being around people that are like me, that have gone through the same things as me, are going through the same things as me. I just thought it was a good idea. It was a good idea.
I wanted to see if maybe I could find some friends, a community, because during the pandemic, I was alone. Like I had my spouse with me, but it was just, we were home alone with nothing else, and then I had a toddler.
And I wanted to meet new moms, and I just needed help with like raising my daughter.
Some of my favorite things about Fristers is the friendships I've gained, the prayers I've gotten over me. just having that time out of my week to myself, relax, it helped a lot.
I felt safe. I was able to be vulnerable. I made a lot of friends at Fristers. And even with the facilitators, it was just such a great time.
I really like how we celebrate holidays at Fristers, and then the community. I feel like I've seen a lot of welcoming faces, and it's taught me to be more welcoming as well.
I think the friendships that I've made, it was coming back and actually getting to meet the moms, make a friendship with them. Just sometimes when I came in here, like, I knew I was going to be greeted with a hug, a smile, an excitement. And being at home, who's a stay-at-home mom, sometimes a little social is like the best thing you're going to receive. And I really like just how we're strangers, but we all have like the same situation. And I really, really, really liked it and looked forward to every Thursday.
Some of my favorite things about Fristers is hearing other mother stories, because it kind of calms me down in the sense that I'm not the only one going through struggles.
Being Fristers has shown me how to be loved, even though that we're not family or blood related, but you can always get that love from someone else, and you never know who needs it, and I always needed it, so getting that from them was really good.
Were reminding me, because I grew up knowing that I needed to love myself, value myself, but I had shut all of that out for a while. So Fristers helped me remember, I'm valuable, I'm beautiful, and I can be a great mom.
Some of the things I've learned at Fristers is there's some patience that I've learned. I feel like I've always been a pretty calm person, but it's hard for me to connect with community, but I've learned how to being at Fristers.
Well, one of my favorite things that I've picked up from Fristers was mainly the affirmations, not just for myself, but for my kids. I came from a home where even like a hug was very, very weird, and I didn't know to give that to my kids. So, just telling like, well, you look beautiful today, or, oh, like, I love your sweater, I love this. And just knowing that it's like, oh, you noticed. It felt really good. I take that, and I'm going to continue to use that.
Some of my big learnings from Fristers are just basic things like, one, how to enroll into college, how to receive financial aid from college, how to apply for just like help or resources like Medi-Cal or CalFresh. I never knew that was possible. So I'm very thankful because it made life a little bit easier.
Fristers has helped me become a more present mom. So I interact with my kids. We try to do a bunch of things like going to little events, stuff to engage them. I learned how to handle their tempers. So with my daughter, I remember I went to Fristers and I was like, my daughter screams so much and I don't know what to do with her tantrums. And they taught me all these ways to help her regulate her emotions and how to regulate mine.
Even when I was like at my lowest, just talking to someone from Fristers made me feel like, you know what, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one going through this. If that person made it, I can make it.
I think after I had my firstborn, it's so hard. Like, I didn't know how hard being a mom was going to be. And Fristers was honestly the only thing that I was looking forward to every week. So it helped me a lot.
It's been really nice having access to the case manager and seeing how my partner has access to them as well. Like, we need something, we can always like tell each other. If we don't know how to help each other, then Jessica or Baldwin could help us.
One of the challenges that I have currently, and since the day my daughter was born, is that she's blind out of her left eye. So it's been lots of navigating and a lot of like, you're too young, like she's fine, you're a first-time mom. Like they would dismiss it as I was just exaggerating. And so Frister helped me with this because it showed me that yes, I am the mom, and if anything, I'm gonna be the biggest advocate for my daughter because no one else will. So it kind of gave me that strength. Like I cried a bit, but then I'm just like, okay, I gotta get up because no one's coming. I gotta be the one. So it was a lot of advocating, and till this point, it has never stopped. It's always like, I'm sorry, but my daughter needs this, you know, and I'm not going anywhere until she gets the help she needs.
While attending Fristers, I was able to get my own apartment and move out from my mom's house, finally, after so many years of living with her, my whole life. And I also I was able to get a car as well. I was more focused, so I think that helped overall, like in life, to, you know, have a little bit more confidence to be like, you know what, I can work up to these goals. And one of those goals was my car, and the other one was moving out. And then, of course, my high school diploma.
A few things that I have achieved during Fristers is getting my high school diploma, seeing the light back in my life, that just because I had a son at a young age doesn't mean there's things that you can't do.
My certificates. So I got a certificate in medical assisting. I got a certificate in phlebotomy.
Growth as an individual, and growth in my family, in my little family that I had created with my husband. Just being the best example to my kids, seeing how a relationship is supposed to be, and it's breaking the cycle in family generations.
Right, today I am married. I have 4 kids, about to have 4 kids. I live on my own with my husband, and I am in a space where I'm confident that I broke the cycle in my family.
Currently, I'm pursuing a degree in psychology, and I'm also more of a present mother. I used to be filled of mom guilt, like I wasn't doing enough, but Fristers kind of showed me that it's okay to take care of yourself.
Yeah, I feel like I have, not just with diapers, but also like, I got kind of the courage to go back to college, and I got like a medical assistant diploma. When I got pregnant with my daughters, I also got my driver's license, and doing our goals and checking in every month for our goals, I feel like it kind of made me more comfortable even communicating to my family, like, hey, I need help, like getting to go get my license. Like, Fristers kind of gave me that confidence to reach out.
During Fristers, I accomplished going to therapy, getting myself into therapy. And I also went back to school and just figuring out what I want to major in.
A few positive things that I saw in my sons because of Kisters was how, like, the practices helped them a lot, you know, the ABCs and the worksheets, and Tyler being so open, right? He could have a talk with them all day, doesn't want to leave.
With like basic coloring, knowing the colors, the numbers. Some of his writing has improved because of the Kidster sheets of tracing letters, so that was a big help.
My oldest, her writing has gotten so much better. Her spelling, like her name, her writing just gotten great.
Yeah. So when she went to kindergarten, she basically knew everything she needed to know to start going into kindergarten. She knew all her colors, she knew the whole alphabet, numbers, she can count pretty high to high numbers. It was really cool to see.
I believe that Kidsters has a lot to do with how my kids are very open, friendly, social, smart, outspoken.
They did learn skills coming to Fristers. I feel like it's something for us to bond over, like, where are we going today? And like we all scream Fristers, like we get excited together.
Kidsters taught my kids a lot. They helped my kids grow academically. I noticed that my son was reading above his grade level, and my daughter was speaking a lot. She was also learning how to write her name.
If I had never found Fristers, I think I'd be very sad. Like I said, Frister to me is like my parent. It's my good parent. So it definitely holds my hand and tells me, hey, look, come here. Let me show you a good life. And so then I feel like if I hadn't found Fristers, I probably wouldn't be as involved with my children. I would think that the unhealthy things that I was doing were okay. I wouldn't have gotten my boyfriend the support he needs with his own stuff. And I feel like I would have never gone to college.
I think my life, if I wouldn't have found Fristers, I feel like I would be struggling still. And I wouldn't have found my voice that I have now.
If I wouldn't have joined Fristers, I don't think where I would be right now. I probably think the worst. I'd probably be in a horrible situation or something, but being in Fristers I'm just blessed that I came across by Fristers so I can be who I am now.
I probably wouldn't have become as confident as a mom as I am now. I think for a long time, I ran with the stigma of like being a teen mom, and I put myself in that hole of like, I'm a teen mom, you know, I'm not gonna get it right. Maybe I'm not gonna get a lot of things right. But being at Fristers proved otherwise. You know, it was something that helped me become better for myself, become better for my daughter, become better for my family.
I was the first of my friends to have kids, so I was pretty alone in that aspect that no one really understood motherhood like I did. If I wouldn't have Fristers, I'd be alone, maybe lost, maybe not as motivated to do things.
I say it all the time that I think my kids and Fristers did maybe save my life once or two times. Postpartum depression is very real. You don't know when it's coming. And yeah, if I didn't have the safe space, I do think I would have a different mindset.
When I first got pregnant, I wish I would have told myself that I can do it. I am strong, and I am smart, and I am loving, and I have a lot of support. I would have told myself that it may be hard, but it's possible, and I can do it.
I would have told my younger self that it would be okay and I would grow and shine with God walking beside me. And that has been the best decision in my life.
If I could go back when I was 15, I would tell myself that everything's gonna be okay. that you are valuable, you are strong, and confident. And you're gonna be a great mom.
Looking back at myself, my younger self, I wish I knew that people cared.
That life doesn't end when you have a baby. If anything, God sends you what you need, not what you want. I think she was sent to save my life, give me a reason to live for. She's a very smart girl, so I always see if she grew up to be or grew up like me, who would she become? And I knew that, especially when I found out she was a girl, that it was like, this is the cycle that I'm meant to break. She came here so that I can teach her what it is to be loved. And I'm thankful for that.
Today I feel like I can accomplish anything I want. That I am beautiful, because it took me a while for me to feel beautiful again.
I feel proud of myself for all that I've been doing and pushing myself to be better every day. And I'm just strong. Yeah.
Today, I'm really happy. I'm happy that I've met so many lovely people. I'm happy that I've gotten a lot of support and I have grown. Today, I feel that I can do anything. If I really put my mind to it, I can do anything.
I feel good about where I am currently in life and what goals I have prepared for myself, for my future. But I feel good. I feel like it wasn't a mistake. And that everything I've done till this day, it was worth it. And everything I went through as well.
I feel accomplished. If I would have seen myself just 10 years ago, for example, I would have probably not imagined myself here. I do say, I never thought I would have 4 kids, but I'm happy. I have a great husband, a great support system. He's always there.
Today, the way I feel about myself is great. I'm so proud of myself. I believe that I'm important, that I deserve good things too, and that I don't have to be someone's second choice, that I am the choice. So I definitely feel proud. I love how hard I try.
Strong, confident, and brave.
Reliable. I love her. I love what I've done for my kids too. They shine, it's because of me.
Something that I would like to share with everyone who makes Fristers possible is basically a big thank you. Maybe you don't see it, how much you impact someone, but you really do. And I'm also grateful for you, Ellie, because if it weren't for you, I don't know how or when someone would take the time to guide me. We live in a world where everyone's all about themselves, and it's nice having someone that's not all about themselves. And I definitely needed that. You made a difference in my life and in my children's life just by simply having Fristers.
I want them to know that even if they feel like they didn't get anything accomplished in a day, being here at Fristers, it means so much to the moms. It means a lot to us.
I would like to say thank you. Thank you for Fristers. It's the best thing that has happened to me in my journey of motherhood. All the co-facilitators have been a big part of my life too. I want to thank Grace and Christina, the ladies that would come make us dinner. I remember one of the first nights they made dinner, they had made this pasta. It was like a red pasta. I sat down, I ate, and I started crying. And I said, why am I crying eating this pasta? Like, this pasta's the best pasta I've had in a long time. And one of the girls was like, why are you crying? I was like, this pasta tastes like home.
Something I would want to say to those who make Fristers happen is don't give up. There's a lot of us that can be thick-skinned and, stubborn with our walls up, but we need it. Just don't stop trying. Like, don't give up on us, because in the long run, there will be us, like me, coming from a dark, angry home, becoming into a loving home, thanks to you guys for the tips that you guys provide us, and it's amazing. Just stay strong and bear with us with our stubbornness.
To everybody who makes Fristers happen, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for all the behind the scenes. It's just thank you, because it's an awesome program. It's just amazing.
I am so thankful for you guys, for helping me grow and become stronger.
If you wouldn't take that leap of faith on us, teen moms, we wouldn't have this. I am very grateful for everybody who was in the program, from the kids the people who took care of our kids, to our mentors, to Abby who helped, and every prayer at the end of the night, I just felt very empowering, as to know someone's looking out for me. They don't know me, they don't know what situation, but we're closing it up with God, and it meant a lot for me, a lot of the times.
Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. Without Holly, Julie, Mia, Abby, Jessica, all the Kisters volunteers, all of your prayers, all of your advice has helped me tremendously. Not just myself, but my children. And I will always be grateful.